I was feeling such a strong pull to come on here to the point that I was like, there's so many other things that I need to be doing right now. And this just feels like priority. And I'm like, but life, yeah. And then I realized today's the full moon for December, the cold moon, you guys. And oh my goodness, I'm definitely feeling that energy of iciness, coldness. Last night when I was in the shower, I was doing a very cleansing, ritualistic shower, and I got the strongest feeling to turn the water to cold. And I was like, I don't wanna be cold. And it was like, it will be worth it. Just do it. That's like I heard this like my little pouty inner child was like, but I don't wanna. And then my like higher soul self was like, trust me, And I was like, fine. And then I was like, I don't have to go full blast to cold. I can just ease my way into it, which is exactly what I did. And so by the time I got to the really cold temperature, I was able to handle it. And then there was a moment, it was like, okay, you can turn the hot water back on now. And it felt so good. And then I was like, oh, that was what they were trying to get me to get is like because of feeling the frigidness of the cold water, when I finally felt the warm water, it was instant relief and instant just relaxation. And I felt that that is exactly what myself and the collective have been going through is you've been going through this cold, frigid, or that's what we're about to go through. So cold is slow. Cold is rest. Cold is stillness. Winter, this is hibernating. This is inner reflecting. This is taking the last bit of this year of 2025, the year of the snake, and shedding those last layers of baggage because I see you dropping your suitcase. I see Rose from the Titanic dropping the heart of the ocean diamond into the ocean back where it belongs. So, see, that's another message. You don't have to feel bad letting it go. You're letting it go back to where it belongs. It will figure out where it belongs. It's not your job anymore. You've moved past that. So, I still feel the energy from last night's reading, and you can go back and look at that. My voice was very froggy. The energy was very low and slow, and it was nighttime. It was so cold last night. And so I know there's this stillness in the air. I know that there's this time that we're being given to slow down. And this is a time when a lot of people, because of that slowness that approaches, they can't handle it because then you're forced to listen and to tune in. And that's where the healing work begins. But a lot of people, that brings up very uncomfortable feelings. And so they push it away and then they distract themselves with holiday festivities. We all do it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing stuff during the holidays. This is a very fun time. But I feel like we have shoved so many things into this time because it is a time for stillness. Look at the animals. What are the animals doing? What is nature doing right now, you guys? Nature is preserving its energy right now, and it's using its energy to reflect and to grow and to heal and recharge and rejuvenate and to listen to itself. It's ending a cycle that needs to be ended. It's letting go of the old. It's getting intimate with yourself. I hope that wasn't too annoying. Yeah, so you guys, nature is our role model. Nature is our guide. And what is nature doing right now? Why do we ignore that? Why do we feel that stillness, that quiet with so much noise and colorful lights? Why are we so afraid to be in the dark? Why are we so afraid? Is it fear? Or is it just, it's discomfort? The darkness brings discomfort because the darkness shows us our shadows. Oh, I'm hearing that. I'm getting the light from summertime. How long the light lasts during summer and how short the light lasts during winter. And in some parts of the world, the light is in, like Alaska. They go in darkness. I all of a sudden got my dad who lived in Alaska as a child, and he remembered how dark it would be. And so I am getting masculine energy through this reading from that, the fact that my father came through very strongly there actually. So this could be tied to this darkness, this shadowy time, this reflective time. Could be a time of reflecting your relationship with your father, with your dad, with your daddy. Daddy. Oh, daddy. But anyways, so I am encouraging, which means that spirit is encouraging you to just take one weekend and not fill it with something, not fill it with extravaganzas, or parties or ugly Christmas sweater parties, or, just take one weekend this month and not attend something. Don't go to something. Everybody will live. Pick it, choose which one is the less, important priority, obviously. But choose not to go. Yes, I'm encouraging that. I'm encouraging you to say, I'm not going this year. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I just want to use this time to reflect and focus on the new year ahead. Thank you for understanding. Okay? And those that love you will understand. And those that love you but have not healed and are still triggered by you healing won't understand. And they'll criticize you or try to make you feel bad about not wanting to do something. So just expect those things. You have to almost look at it from a higher position and be like, okay, I know people are going to be upset, so I'm just going to be honest and speak my truth, and that's it. That's it. If they're upset, that's okay. Let them be. Let them be. It's okay. They'll move on from it. But I feel someone here has a wound in them that when someone's upset with them, it just crushes their soul, They can't stand the fact that somebody would be upset with them. Interesting. 10:55 on the clock. Cycle completion. Big adventure, big change. All happening for a reason in this season. Yeah. Has anybody ever wanted to be a lounge singer? I just feel like that would be a cool, side gig, A lounge singer. Someone to, or a small, just lounge band. What is this vibe I'm getting all of a sudden? Almost I'm actually seeing, would it be 60? The 50s maybe? The curl on top of the hair and a jazz singer up on the stage. She is a Black woman who's very beautiful and then just singing her heart out, And people may be doing what they're doing down in the lounge area, but they look up and notice her. And for the times, of course, there was segregation at that time. So there was a lot of like just anger and imbalance in acceptance as human beings. We've come a long way. It still exists, but we've come a long way. And I think we need to acknowledge that we've come a long way, because I feel like people still continue. This is coming, I'm trying to make sure this is not coming from me and it's coming directly from spirit. There are people that still continue to live on that mentality because they're from that era, and it's a generational pattern that hasn't quite been broken, but it is being broken. It is being broken. It's a process. So judging others based on their culture, skin color, their religion, that has been a way of life since the beginning. Like, that's just what humans do because we're taught to do that. Every generation gets taught to do that. It keeps trickling down. And to truly okay, where are we going with this? And to truly break that cycle, it's going to take the masses to do it. But you have no control over that. You can't control the masses. The only thing you can do is heal yourself. Heal whatever judgment you have within yourself. Because when you're judging others based on their appearance or there's so many things we judge each other on. You're just judging yourself. You're literally how much you judge others is just a reflection of the judgment you have on yourself, and that's what you're just projecting what you have within. For example, I put out a TikTok where I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I realized, like, I've hated my body my entire life. Even when I was a child, when you shouldn't even be aware of your body, I was aware of my body and I hated it. And now I'm making a personal connection in my mind, but that just goes to show me that when I really focus on why I'm looking at this vessel that's gotten me through 4 decades of life, and it's pretty dang healthy. I didn't say that with like resentment. I'm impressed. Like, and so I'm dealing with all this health insurance stuff, which let's not even go there. Whew, I just got a big old head rush. I don't know. I'm dealing with all this health insurance stuff, and all I can say that I'm learning about everything is that health insurance is just another way to control us. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm very torn right now. My soul is very torn on what to do versus logic and reason and the 3D practicalness of it, And so I didn't realize it was such an issue, but now I'm realizing it's a big deal to me. So there's a lot of, this is all coming up to say that there's a lot of patterns that are coming up for us to look at and examine and to see if we're going to continue that pattern into 2026, or are we breaking that pattern? You guys, 11:01, 14:30 on the timer just now. I just truly feel that the collective in so many aspects. You know what it feels like to me, this whole insurance thing? It feels like, and I think COVID actually woke me up to it. It all started when I realized that, like, they slowly have gotten you in a situation in your life. I don't know. It just feels like everything is connected to force you into this certain path in life. And now that I've healed and I can discern energies, that path feels very limiting. And it feels very controlled and manipulated and forced. It's the sheeple path, right? It's the path we all take out of fear because they, whoever they may be, make us feel that way. And so we pass that fear down from generation to generation. Oh, this is just how it is. This is life. This is what you got to do as an adult. I'm really wondering what a new path could be, you guys. Seriously, and I think that's where a lot of you are at. That's why I'm feeling this way during this reading. Where are we going to go from here? Like, my insurance over doubled. Because I don't fall into a smaller category of income. Because my husband has worked his booty off to make us a decent living. I have as well. I'm not saying I haven't. I have as well. And yet we're forced to get an insurance that's over double what it was. We're paying into something that and that money's just disappearing every month because we don't utilize the health system. We do it just in case, for ease of mind, for peace of mind. And it's because if we went without it, if something crazy happened and we needed some surgery or we needed, a certain medicine and we don't have insurance, we're paying thousands, tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just doesn't make any sense, and it makes my head itch, and I feel like I could cry, which lets me know that my soul is truly trying to. I feel torn. I literally feel a rip happening. So I want to put it out there now that I'm recalibrating to my highest path, my highest timeline. 17:55 on the clock right now. I'm going to jiggle this energy into my existence. Yes. So a solution will come for health insurance. Insertion. Okay. So I just got health insertion. Basically saying, and why does this feel off center? All of a sudden. It's like they wanted me to come back into balance. Is that balanced? Yeah, I mean, I guess it is. Okay, well, hello from a new angle. But yeah, we allow health. And Abraham Hicks has said this. Esther, Jerry, Abraham Hicks, about you allow health in. Being healthy is an energy. It's a frequency. And when you choose to heal, because the only reason you become unhealthy is because you're holding on to energies from the past. And it sits in you as bitterness, anger, jealousy, sadness, disappointment, grief. It sits in those low vibrating emotions, and that sits in your body and gets stuck and then causes imbalance, which to us equals disease and illness. So when you heal, as you heal, if that's not an incentive, I don't know what is. Seriously. Don't want to pay $1,000 every month? Heal. Choose to heal your trauma. Choose to heal your baggage. Because then you're allowing health in, and there's no need to go to the doctor. There's no, and there are alternative ways to heal yourself that we don't look into because it feels woo-woo or it feels spiritual or metaphysical or whatever. But what did we do before modern medicine? And yes, I understand modern medicine has really allowed penicillin, God bless us, But there's something, I don't know. This is just the energy I'm feeling. I think more people are also looking into alternative ways of being healthy, but they still have these old beliefs interfering with that of becoming fully inverse. That's like the opposite. So we're doing the opposite of what we should be doing. Also, when I jingled this, it reminded me of the bell from Polar Express. And you remember, he couldn't hear the bell until he believed. Until he literally with his own eyes saw Santa. And it was like, I'm literally looking at the big guy right now. It took him being completely engrossed in the North Pole with all the elves for him to finally believe. And that's where I feel spirit pushing us. It's like an overwhelming of synchronicities and signs that it's like, oh my God, I can tell spirit universe is trying to tell me something, what? I want to know. Okay. You've got my curiosity peaked. Curiouser and curiouser, Alice and Wonderland. Ooh, integration. So it feels like, oh my God, this is amazing because the sequels to Alice in Wonderland, she went back into Wonderland. So so Alice in Wonderland was her exploring this new place. And then eventually she goes into the real world, having gone through all these lessons and everything. And then the next time she goes back and she chooses to go back into Wonderland. So there's almost like this integration, and I see Wonderland as almost like the other path. I see Wonderland as the other path, not that straight controlled path. So there's an integration that I feel happening of different ways of doing things. And I feel you are part of that community. You are someone who has something different to offer the collective. And spirit is really, really, really encouraging you to follow the path of the thing that is different. That is different from what's out there. Because you have been inspired. And it almost feels divinely inspired. Like a dream. Like J.K. Rowling had a dream. And then Harry Potter verse was born, That so many people fell in love with. Oh my gosh, 11:10 on the timer. And it lit up. My phone literally lit up at 11:10. Y'all, that's that Empress number 111. That's that divine feminine. Entering a new level of life. Opening up to different possibilities. I don't even have the cards out, you guys. 24:34 on the clock there, on the timer. There's those fours. That's like building that solid foundation. Dude, I passed by this insurance place. I think it's like home insurance. And the name of the business is called Solid Ground. Oh, it's realty. Never mind. It's real estate. Solid Ground. And the last four digits of the phone number is 4444. And I want to ask the owner, like, do you know that the numbers you chose for your phone number literally mean solid ground? I really want to know if they know, because how cool is that? I was like, that is such a perfect phone number for that business. And so every time I pass it, it's like, it's just confirmation that I am building this solid ground for myself by choosing to continue to heal. And that's where I feel the collective going. I wouldn't talk about myself if I didn't fully believe that it was also you guys that are going through that as well. You're probably seeing 111s everywhere, 5s, 2s, 4s, 3s, 333, 1001, 10, 10, 12, 12, 14, 14. I'm getting all those synchronistic numbers that are literally the signs of you leveling up. Why am I playing with my fingernails? You're nervous. You're anxious. This is like what you do when you don't know what to expect. This feels like not a defense, but a protection, almost like I don't know what to do with my hands kind of energy. So you pick at your nails, or you pick at something on your body. It just kind of distracts you from being fully engrossed. Okay, so Spirit's inviting you to not do that. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. I heard it too. To stop yourself and just be fully engrossed in the moment, fully feeling the emotion that's in the moment. And then when you feel that, going, you're okay. You're safe. Nobody's harming you. You're still yourself. What are you scared of? Like just kind of mothering, nurturing, showing yourself that everything is okay. There's no reason to freak out. I'm getting the energy of someone here who loves to be at home because you feel safe. You don't have to have any kind of guard up. You're there with all your animals. You're safe. You can be yourself fully at home. Your home is also where you are distracted as well, I'm getting for someone here. But also when you go outside of your home, it's like I can see almost like this force field go up around you, but it's not one of divine protection, although that is there too, but it's one that you put up. It's a defense. It's a guard. So anytime somebody comes at you with their own stuff, you take it personally and your defenses go off. So it's like interacting with the world. By the time you get home and you can relax and finally be yourself, you feel drained completely because you've been getting pinged all day by your defense mech, It's almost like an insect thing, an insect zapper trapper thing. The insects are attracted to the zinger because of the light, and then they get zapped, and then you have all these dead insects hanging around, right? Or like that sticky fly trap I'm getting that people hang up. And so instead of you're using a tool that is effective for keeping you safe, but it's a tool based from fear. It's drawing in ick. It's drawing in ick, just like a fly trap does, right? So just like the Venus flytrap now I'm getting, how it just opens up and waits. And then the fly comes down and it doesn't immediately zap it or get it, It lets the fly hang out a little bit, make a choice of whether they want to stay or not. And then as soon as like their little sensors are tickled long enough, then it gets them, right? So I feel like different levels of entrapment here. Or this, like, cuz I'm getting like magnetizing, like there's this magnetizing happening. But it's like attracting what you're not wanting. And so that's why your defenses go up. So it's this vicious cycle. So that's why Spirit 3030 on the timer, that's why Spirit 1117 on the clock is encouraging this healing to happen so that you can finally experience life not having to trap flies. In fact, flies don't even come around you because your energy's up now. You're not with the stinky trash anymore. You're up. I'm trying to get like a metaphor that will go along with the fly thing, but it's like it doesn't even equate anymore. The fly thing is its own metaphor for attracting insects, buzzy, annoying flies to you that just make you keep putting up these bug zappers. And so you're exhausted, you know? Whereas in the energy I feel you elevating to, you don't even need those defense mechanisms anymore. And so there's not even any flies around anymore. You're opening up to spirit. You're opening up to people that vibe with you on your level. And so those aren't flies anymore. Those are fairies, butterflies, hummingbirds, the cardinals I'm getting. I did just get a snake for some reason. I don't know what that snake is. I can't. It's brown and gold. I mean gold and black. Tongue flicking. I can't tell. It's like my mind wants to make it strike, but it's just curious with its tongue. Huh. So snakes represent transformation, shedding layers. The black and gold remind me of Egyptian ties. So this could be a deity or like maybe a spirit guide, a animal spirit that's kind of there. Because I just feel them doing this kind of like hypnotizing dance. So the snake doesn't feel like it's almost like appearances are deceiving. Oh, and this is also integration of our shadow. See how I worked through it though? That's what spirit wanted me to show, is like how I was like, okay, there's something different. Let's look into the energy of you. How am I feeling? What am I seeing? Kind of going through that, like almost from an objective point of view. And I immediately wanted to judge it. I immediately expected it to like at my face. But I just was like, okay, let's see what you're going to do, Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to end there. I did not use any tarot, so I'm not going to call this a tarot reading. This was an energy update. This was messages from your guides. This was love messages of self, of healing, of transformation. So I feel that the collective that tunes into this timeless reading, even though we are in the end of 2025, whenever you're seeing this, you are meant to see it. I'm sending so much love and light to you guys. Thank you so much. By the way, just like I have a goal of releasing my website by the end of the year. That's what I'm going to say. And I know it's going to be way sooner than that, but the end of the year is literally the last that's my deadline. I'm going into 2026 with a working, functional website for you guys where you can order readings, where you can receive information about what I do and all that kind of good stuff. So that way I don't have to put a million links. We just got the one website. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.